What up?
Yeah,
Huh? What's good?
damn yo, what's good?
What's good? What's good? Let me dap y'all up. What's good? Huh? You don't want to dap me up? Oh, I'm about to say, what's good, man?
Dude, I
Said you was nice and bold. I'll take you to the left. What? The street lamp underneath a police stands. His glance from a mile away seeing some kids dance. His nightstick sitting the side of his creased pants. He's tapping his gun with his thumb clenching his right hand. His wedding band caught my attention, a married man. Or maybe he's divorced and he's wearing it for a chance to get back with her. My street lamp picture, vivid imagination, illustration delivered. Windows damp from the dew of the spring mist. For those who want to peek through my eyes, I bring this. Observation on disc, I'm operating with risk. I call it faith, escaping satanic eclipse. What do you do when they give up? Push on, pen. It's not a skit, it's real life. My page flipped, and cops could have cuffed both wrists, but I slipped through the cracks like spit seeping through my buck-tooth gap. Now why chat if we ain't speaking? Amos 3-3. No sense holding my hand, we don't agree. And I'm a 516 baby, New York native. You could compliment or hate on my lyrics, but God made them. He told me to use what I have, directed my path. I follow Shamgar's principle and split them in half. I worry about a dang thing, man. You talking to a king subject. My only question is what's up next? I shot a text to my big bro Delph. I told him Mel, came back with the keys from hell. Hip hop failed. We good now? I wanted to see if I got y'all attention. Yeah. You want another one? You want another one?
go ahead.
Huh? I want to make this a whole rap thing right here, man. Make this a whole rap thing. Huh? You say what?
Like the Scotch.
Lakers in 5. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Nah, but listen, I came to talk to y'all about, let me just get this. My name is Jamel Jackson, right? I'm a father, I'm a husband, I got 2 kids. I had my son when I was young. He's 23 right now. My daughter's 14. I'm a music artist. Not only do I do that, I do have some credentials. Let's get the credentials out the way. I got a bachelor's in computer science, master's in management, manage some businesses, do philanthropy, spoke all over the United States, spoke overseas in Kuwait, all that stuff, boom. So now you know you guys got a dude just standing here trying to kick the breeze with you, all right? So what we're gonna talk about today is seed time and harvest. Have you guys ever heard about sowing and reaping? Anybody ever heard that term? You reap what you sow? What does it mean? Or what does it mean to you?
Whatever you hand out.
Okay. Anybody else? Reaping and sowing. Sowing and reaping. What you got?
Why you do something?
Speak up. Now look, here, matter of fact, stand up. Whoever gonna reply, you gotta stand up and speak loud. Like speak with your chest out, how you be speaking when you be out there doing what you're doing. Speak up, go ahead.
And I was like, I was saying like, you do something to somebody, you get done like the same thing, but like worse.
Okay, nah, that's good. Anybody else? Anybody ever heard of seed time harvest?
Yeah.
Nobody ever? Let me just say this right here. This is dope right now. This is a sober moment, and I only say that because I didn't even ask to be here.
Right.
And whenever moments like this happen in my life, whether it's in front of a group of people or whether it's just in front of one person, I'm always asking like, why am I in this moment? Because I didn't set the moment up. I don't know any of your directors. I don't know any of your teachers. My bro reached out to me and said, hey, this is what's going on. I said, cool. But then while I'm here in this moment, standing right here, I'm like, why am I in this moment? It's an organic moment. I didn't rush to be here. And what I mean by rush, I'm not talking about today. I mean throughout my entire life, I didn't rush to stand here in front of some students and say, man, let me be a speaker. You know what I wanted? Actually, I wanted to be the best drug dealer with my brother and then do music. I didn't rush to get here. It was a process. So what I'm standing before you right now, listen, and I already realized this, everybody not gonna listen. 44 years old, everybody not gonna listen. And guess what? I'm cool with that. Because I'm about to plant a seed. And I'm not even speaking to your head, I'm speaking to your spirit. So real recognize real, your spirit recognize spirit. So it's gonna go down in somebody's spirit when I plant this seed, and then we're gonna talk about the process of seed, time, harvest. Because no matter what you do in life, it's gonna be a process, and I know you guys heard that before. Matter of fact, everybody in this room is a byproduct of a seed. For those that might be in their head thinking, man, I don't believe in that seed time harvest mess. I don't believe in that reaping and sowing. Somebody got together. It was a man and it was a woman. I don't know if they was your dad, your mama, whoever they was. Two people got together and somebody put a seed in there and that seed met that egg and we looking at a harvest. You the harvest. You the harvest. I'm the harvest. He the harvest. We all a harvest of somebody planting a seed. So somebody may say, well, I don't believe in that. Look at everybody that's in this room. Look at everybody that's in this room. Now we're going to describe this seed right here for you, all right? Seed could be in many forms. It could be your words. What are you speaking? Let's just stay right there, because I remember when I was on the block, a dude told me, this old dude, he was like, listen, man, you ain't got to live like that. You paint your world with your words. Because I was out there speaking reckless. And I was like, what you mean, man? He said, everything you speaking, you paint your world with your words. That's going to shape and form your entire world. What you speaking? I still didn't fully grasp it at that moment, but I began to watch the way I was speaking. But what really shifted my paradigm, I told you, as I'm going through the process, and let me say this, when you're going through the process, it's going to be pain in the process. I had a quote in my phone, but I ain't even going to pull it out. But it's going to be pain in the process. The pain that shifted my paradigm and really hit me for the moment, I lost my brother in 2008. He was murdered in Ohio. And this is not like a gloom and doom story. This is just the real reality of what we're talking about right now. He was murdered in Ohio. Here's a scenario, right? In Ohio, they have a law where if two people go inside of a home to do any type of mischievous acts, let me just say it like that, mischievous acts, then if somebody's murdered in the equation, if they can't find the murderer, then they convicted the person that went inside the home with the other person. So not only did I lose one brother through murder, I lost another brother through penitentiary, through prison. So my two brothers went into this home. One brother was murdered. The other brother, they charged him with the murder. So he got charged with mandatory manslaughter, had to face a mandatory 10 years. Y'all might say, why am I telling this story? Because that was the part of the process and the pain. This was almost 15 years ago that shifted my paradigm. Because I was planting seeds, I was speaking different, but then that happened and I said, oh, no, I got to take it to another level now. And sometimes it's hard to speak different. Sometimes it's hard to speak life when you're seeing death. Sometimes it's hard to speak life when your situation not changing. I don't know any of you guys' background. Maybe you coming from homes where mom and dad ain't together. This person ain't right. Everything's looking crazy. Maybe it's looking nice, but sometimes there's dysfunction and you speaking certain things or you saying what you see. My life is jacked up. It ain't gonna never be right. Everything always going wrong. That's your seed. And it's not easy to change your language. Life and death is in your mouth. You got an option what you gonna speak, life or death. What you gonna speak to your situation? Matter of fact, we can pause right here and say I'm gonna speak life. 1, 2, 3. No, we said I'm gonna speak life. 1, 2, 3. That's how you speak into your situation? Who in here got on a scale of 1 to 10, whose situation, and 10 being the most, is beautiful? Who on a 10 and back behind the scenes at home and everything? Who on a 9? Who on an 8? 2. Who on a 7? 6. So everybody not on a 10, right? And you want your situation to change? No, y'all want it to change? You want it to stay how it is? Y'all gonna talk back to me. You want your situation to stay how it is? So on the count of 3, say, I'm gonna speak life. 1, 2, 3. That ain't good enough. You don't want your situation to change. I need you to say, I'm gonna speak life like you want that. Matter of fact, stand up. Because we coming with authority when we planting these seeds. For real. Yo, I go through some of these neighborhoods still in East Atlanta and South Atlanta and West Side Atlanta. The young boys is out there with the sticks on the corner by the gas station when I'm pulling up public gas. I'm like, damn, what's that nigga doing?
You remember that white?
Huh?
Listen to she.
What you say?
Yeah, that's not.
Is that white?
Huh? Yeah, I feel you. But yo, you know what it is? Somebody didn't plant a seed in them. Somebody didn't plant a seed in them. But y'all getting this seed right now. And I jump out periodically and plant a seed in them. So we're going to do that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I need a little bit of more authority. 1, 2, 3.
Speak live.
I'ma speak life. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Now all we did was work with the seed. All we did was work with the seed. That's your word. And when I grew up in New York, your word was your bond. And this time you're going to miss it. Matter of fact, let's just stand like this because I'm going to vibe with y'all. Now we're going to go into the time. Because you planted the seed, right? You spoke the words, and now the situation still look the same. That could be frustrating. Jamel said all God do is speak life. 6 months later, dad, uncle, auntie, brother, sister, cousin, grades, everything still the same. What you going to continue to do? Speak life. Because that come with the time. It's seed time. I used to have this poster board. Y'all can do this if y'all want to. Matter of fact, I got to get back to this. I had a poster board and I did it with my daughter. We took a poster board and I wrote on there, I am a child of the Most High God. My life is like this. My marriage is like this. My friends are like this. My family is like this. And I put it on the ceiling. And every morning I would wake up and I would read that. And there's times where I would be reading it and what I was reading, what I was looking at wasn't looking like what I was reading. But I knew the power of a seed. I knew the power of words. And there's times I looked at that thing and I didn't want to say it. I look at it and go, because my life don't look like what I wrote. My life don't look like what I put on there. It don't look like that, so why should I say it? But with all I can muster, sometimes it's going to be so challenging. Think about it. You just lost a loved one. This just happened. You just lost your job. You didn't make the team. The grades is looking crazy. All hell seemed like it's pressing against you, and you still got to sit there and speak life. I used to look at that thing like, I am a child of the Most High. My marriage is great. My children will be this way. And guess what? Moves us into time, because time comes in all different forms. What are you going to be doing with your time after you planted the seed? Who you hanging around when it's time to go to practice, when it's time to study for the test? And your homeboy pulling on you, man, you're still studying for that? Why don't you come hang out? What you trying to do? Nah, man, I'm going to another level. I got a harvest that I'm expecting. And as time progressed, you know what? That thing that I wrote on that poster board, my brother attests to this. My son. My son calls me now and he encourages me. My son calls me now, he's speaking life into me. And I'm like, this is powerful. I talk to my daughter now, she's talking different. She attitude shifting. Still some work to do, but attitude shifting because I'm speaking life. I'm planting seed. And right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting seed into your spirit, and then over time. So now time is the part where it gets ugly because most of us don't like to wait. This is where patience has to kick in. Tenacity has to kick in. Drive has to kick in. Who plays sports? You go to that gym, right? What you doing in that gym? You putting in time, right? Why you putting in time? You want to be one of the best, right? You expecting a harvest, right? What's the harvest supposed to be? The harvest is symbolic of a win. You expecting to win, right? So you putting in that time. Seed, time, harvest. There's a word that says as long as this earth remains, as long as this earth exists, as long as you and I are standing on this earth, there's always going to be seed, time, harvest. No matter how you look at it. So I need y'all to really understand where you're going to plant your seeds. Where am I going to speak life into? What situation am I looking at or I'm hearing on a daily basis? And I'm like, I don't really like the way this is. I got to put a seed here. And I got to give it some time. And I got to have an expectation for a harvest. And that harvest may look different for everybody. For some of y'all, it's like, man, I want to get in the NBA. I want to be in the NFL. I want a family. I want to graduate at this particular GPA. But in order to do that, my time has to be managed properly. Because as soon as you go to plant your seed, as soon as you start to sit in that time of expectation, of expecting a harvest, people coming. Man, you going in the gym again, bro? Why? You studying again? Why? Why you going? Don't even talk to her. Man, forget your brother. He a loser. Nah, you believe in time gonna do this. I put a seed in there. I put a seed in the ground. Time is coming past. I'm expecting a harvest. Who in here expecting a harvest? Who in here expecting a harvest? Huh? All right, check this out. I wasn't. I gotta give y'all this note right here. Just these 3 takeaways. I had to write them down. Plant in the right soil. All right. Make sure you plant in the right soil. Make sure you're investing your seed and your time in the right place. Don't squander it. Man, I can't even do these notes, man, because when I look at y'all, man, my heart go out, man, because listen, man, y'all under attack, bro. It may not be you guys where you guys live at, but like I go back to my mind, I grew up in Hempstead, New York on Terrace Ave, man. There's young dudes that don't even make it out of there. Because nobody came to speak to them. My bro will attest to it. When I was in high school, bro, we didn't have this. I don't remember if it was. I must have been, I mean, not anymore, but I must have been super high. Because I've never seen him say, come sit in the room. We got somebody coming to speak to you. I know who did speak to me. The OGs on the corner. They said, you want to get out of here? You want to escape your situation? Here, hit that. You tired of your situation? I know you can't take up being frustrated all the time. Here, sip that. Matter of fact, you want to make some money here? You know what you can do here? Take this and pass it over there. You're going to make some. And I said, damn, maybe this is the way. Maybe I could do this fast. But that's not going to happen to y'all. This is why it's not going to happen to y'all, because I believe in the power of seed, whether you believe it or not. I just planted something in your spirit, and the master watching over it. And somebody else going to come and water it, and I'm going to see the harvest one day. Yeah. And guess what, y'all? Going in the fire. The fact that I arrived here and I didn't set this up, you're going in the fire. That's right, it's going to be. I'm going to tell you this right now, because what the world tries to do and what people try to do and what evil tries to do, it's going to try to give you the pleasure on the front end, but guess what you get on the back end? You get the pain on the back end. So you're going to have people in your life, they're going to come right after this message. Somebody going to message you, somebody going to DM you, somebody going to do, it's going to be pleasure on the front end. Hey, come do this with me. It feels so good to you right now. It's going to feel real good. Even if you do it this year, next year, first year of college, it's going to feel real good. But guess what? You're going to get pain on the back end. It felt good with my brother going to do what he was doing. 18, he was going to Howard University to be a plastic surgeon. It felt good on the front end doing what he was doing. The pain on the back end, murder. It may not be murder for everybody. It might be prison, might be a disease, but it's going to be pain on the back end. But here's the flip side of the coin. The goodness that's in your life, the good people that's around your life, the teachers, the directors, the mentors, the influencers, the people that's speaking today, they're going to mention the pain on the front end. Sometimes it's painful to go in the gym and lift that weight. Sometimes it's painful. I got to sit up and study. I got to wake up early and go to school. It's painful. I got to go in class and listen to this teacher say this again. It's painful that my parents trying to do this. It's painful that this particular parental advisor is telling me to do this, that, and the third. It feels painful. How long is it going to take? I planted the seed. Why is this time taking so? It feels painful. But guess what's on the back end of that? Pleasure, reward, greatness. I did all of that training. I did all of that studying. I spoke life. I waited. I planted the seed. Time passed. Look at my harvest. I'm going to say it again. You could take the pleasure on the front end, but you get pain on the back end. Or you can take the pain on the front end and get the pleasure on the back end. I'd rather get the pleasure on the back end. And guess what? I'm 44 now. I'm getting the pleasure. I'm getting the pleasure because it finally clicked. Like, oh, snap, you know what? Let me do this different. Because a lot of times I get the pleasure and I got the pain. Yeah, I'm glad y'all locked in. So we're going to wrap it up right now. I ain't going to hold y'all no longer. Y'all ready? On the count of 3, I need y'all to say seed, time, harvest. 1, 2, 3.
Seed, time, harvest.
Y'all saying it all week. No, this is how I need y'all to say it. Like y'all spotted Shorty coming through the mall and she looking fine as I don't know what. Your boy like, yo, what up, man? What's good, man? Everybody tone be real loud. Maybe not everybody. Somebody probably shy. I need that loud tone. Like you see her from a distance and you've been waiting for a while. You was like, man, did she go? I'm about to let her know right now. You done dropped your football helmet, basketball, everything. All right, you ready?
It's good.
1, 2, 3.
Seed, time, harvest.
Yeah. No other way to write it but to write it. No other way to say it but recite it. Rewind back to the rough streets where I was sighted. Wasn't excited pumping drugs, pulling all-nighters. It was the life of teenage youth huddled in my qualm. The circle got smaller because some died for the fortune. Some got in rides and didn't know what it would cost them. Premeditated murders, calculated coffins. If you ain't do it, then they got somebody else to offer them. Terrace Ave, 100 block, please approach with caution. Bedell Corners, fiends smoking dimes inside of porcelain. I was rhyming and serving them. I took the bread and chose studio time over splurging. I know for some of us, getting out the hood wasn't a rush. For this young teen, it was urgent. I had the earth to touch. Vision was bigger than Balenciaga shades and Mercedes trucks. I repped the projects but didn't own a piece of land. Stuck in the staircase plotting to rob the pizza man. Stolen Visa cards in my hand. The gram sitting next to the hammer. This can't be part of God's plan. Peace. Love y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Love y'all, man. Man, an impact.
Powerful, powerful, powerful message from Jamel. We're just so thankful that he came out. Originally, I had invited his brother Mike. Mike brought him in. And so once he stepped on and he presented to the young men, they were locked in. Everything he shared, his personal testimony, the challenges and the success and where he is now, I honestly believe it resonated with all of our students, including myself and all of the chaperones that were present. All I can say is that the testimony he shared, I hope that they can pass it along with others. If they're struggling with anything, I believe if they have any challenges, that it'll help them to develop their character so that they can become better. And so again, we're just so grateful that Brother Jamel Jackson was here with us, and we hope that in the future we'll have more events where we can invite him and he can share not only with the small group that we had, but with the entire student body. Thank you.
Jamel's message made me think about my life in a different way than I've been looking at it like recently. It made me think about what have I been doing like wrong and how I can make it right. Like how I can put the impact on other people and make them plant a seed in them and see how it prospers within other people.
Well, honestly, one of kind of my philosophy has always been, will a difference make a difference? And just allowing our young men to meet other successful men, you know, is that opportunity to make a difference. And so anytime you can put yourself in front of, you know, people that want you to be successful, you give yourself an opportunity to be successful yourself. So to hear someone come up and talk to our boys about, you know, their own experiences, but also, you know, things they've learned along the way can only benefit our kids. And it's our hope that, you know, this empowers our young men to make, you know, good decisions at school, but also be leaders in our community, leaders in our school building, and that, you know, that seed can continue to spread and flourish, you know, throughout, you know, our small town.
The message was great. I feel like it was perfect time because I noticed here recently I've been getting distracted. I feel like it brought my focus back, and now I know what to do. I got the plan right. And, you know, it was just perfect time.
Well, Jamel spoke with our students this afternoon and planted some seeds, and what resonated with me was that the kids were, I think, into his speech and really into what he was saying, and that they got something out of it, and that they will grow from here and become men of impact.
So Jarrell's message affected me, kind of like just reminding me what I got to do, kind of encouraging me. You know, he told me about all the things he went through, all the things he did, you know, his job and all that. It kind of just made me remember like what I got to do, like what I need to do to keep getting where I want, where I got to go. You know, planting the seeds, trusting in God. I heard there was a lot of hidden messages in there, you know, about God. I really caught on to that. And I really just about having faith, and really just having faith to keep pushing on. Other people around me help around too. Surround myself with a lot of good people. Even though he was surrounded by a lot of great people, I know, you know, eventually he decided to change it. Well, then surround himself with people to help him out, because, you know, he couldn't do it all by himself. And even with that bad influence, he found a way to get out of the struggle. It's kind of influence that I with all the stuff that I got. My privileges, you know, my blessings has helped me realize I got to take advantage of those so I can keep going up. You know, don't really take it for granted. It's really all. Because people have it worse than me, and I realize that. So really, I just got to walk in, just keep doing it, keep going hard.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it.